Christmas films. There are literally hundreds of them, but we're kind of forced to binge watch them within those few weeks leading up to the big day. After the holiday is over, we put them away, never to be seen for another 11 months. However, there are a select few films that take place during Christmas that can be watched throughout the year without the guilty feeling. So here are the top 10 Christmassy films you can watch any time of year. Taking place in the 24 hours leading up to Christmas, Go follows the multiple stories of 4 different people. There's Ronna, who is on the verge of being evicted from her apartment and so tries to earn extra cash selling drugs. Simon goes on a trip to Vegas with his friends, which doesn't quite go to plan, and actors Adam and Zack, who are forced to take part in a drug sting. Only a small part of the film takes place at a Christmas rave party, making this an easy watch any time during the year. Terry Gilliam is the master of the surreal and fantastical, and Brazil is no exception. Believed to be a satirical portrait of the Brazilian military government at the time, Brazil is set in a world with an overly bureaucratic and totalitarian government. Jonathan Pryce plays Sam Lowry, a low-level government employee who daydreams about being a superhero and rescuing a damsel in distress. When he realises the woman of his dreams is real, he sets about finding her, yet finds only trouble. The Christmas period makes for a perfect setting in this world obsessed with consumerism. 5 years after Ghostbusters hit cinemas and Ray Parker Jr. told us busting makes him feel good, we were treated with the return of the paranormal exterminators. A haunted painting and a pink sign that can affect moods are soon found to be linked as the Ghostbusters try to stop a 16th century tyrant from possessing the body of a baby and ruling the world. Many don't realise this film is set during Christmas due to a lack of Christmas decorations in New York, but a final climax on New Year's Eve is the biggest clue. Oh, and this single shot of them wearing Santa hats.
2 in the box!
Ready to go.
We be fast and
They be slow.
Shane Black certainly has an attraction to the festive holidays. Christmas has featured in several of his films, including Lethal Weapon, The Long Kiss Goodnight, and Iron Man 3. However, it's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang that has been selected for this list. A hard-boiled black comedy, Robert Downey Jr. plays Harry Lockhart, a petty thief who accidentally runs into an audition room after escaping the police, and impresses them with his method acting. He then finds himself in Hollywood caught up in a conspiracy, with only a gay private eye and his childhood crush for help. The film takes place in the weeks leading up to Christmas, but it's subtle enough to watch any time. The Bat, the Cat and the Penguin feature in Tim Burton's sequel to his 1989 hit Batman, starring Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito as the trio respectively. Christmas comes to Gotham as we open with the annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony, which is duly attacked by the Penguin's gang, prompting Batman into action. What follows is the Penguin's partnership with despicable businessman Max Schreck, played by Christopher Walken, to make the Penguin mayor and at the same time incriminate the Caped Crusader. A lot of snow and Christmas trees in this one, but it's dark enough in tone to allow viewing all year round.
Yeah.
Multiple stories are weaved in the lead up to Christmas in this British comedy from writer and director Richard Curtis. With an all-star cast including the likes of Hugh Grant, Colin Firth, Liam Neeson and Emma Thompson, we're shown different ways in which love can blossom and ultimately affect us. Starting 5 weeks before Christmas, each week is counted down to the big day. Although the poster suggests it, and many elements of Christmas feature throughout, including a school pageant and a Christmas version of a popular song, it never feels heavy enough that it would be secluded to viewing only during that time. This charming fish out of water tale about an artificial man unfinished by his creator is taken in by a suburban family, falls in love with their teenage daughter, and becomes something of a town favourite with his skilled scissor hands. Much like the previous Tim Burton film on this list, Edward Scissorhands contains all the elements of Christmas trees, decorations, but it never feels like a Christmas film, most likely due to its dark tone. Besides, it's only really the second half of the film that takes place during the festive period. There's chaos on Christmas Eve in this horror comedy from Joe Dante. Written by Home Alone director Chris Columbus, we're introduced to one of the cutest characters to grace cinema, Gizmo. When Billy is given a mysterious creature called a mogwai by his father for Christmas, 3 rules must be obeyed. Of course, one of these rules is broken, and vicious gremlins spawn from Gizmo causing havoc. Although Christmas is heavily featured, it never feels necessary to the plot, meaning Christmas isn't the only time we can watch. Just remember, don't feed after midnight, no sunlight, and don't get him wet. Do you remember always being excited by the idea of being left home alone for the first time? The crazy games you could play without your parents there? And then when it finally came, you were terrified. No? Just me then. Anyway, when Kevin is left home alone by his entire family a few days before Christmas, he finds his house the target of some very nasty yet bumbling burglars. With the help of some very creative booby traps, he's able to save his home and enjoy Christmas with his family. The Christmas setting could be removed completely and you still have a hilarious family comedy.
You guys give up or you're thirsty for more?
Come on, what else did you think it would be? Bruce Willis stars as Detective John McClane as he tackles Alan Rickman's terrorist gang after they take over the skyscraper Nakatomi Plaza on Christmas Eve. With only his wits and a lack of footwear, he must save his wife, who sits among the hostages. Nothing says festive spirit like killing a few terrorists and saving your wife. Well, actually it doesn't, but no doubt the Christmas Eve setting in John McTiernan's action classic lifts this above its imitators, yet still allows for viewing all year round.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother...